Alrighty. Ooh, you guys, I did not fix you, make you level before I hit the go live button. Apologies. I'm going to slightly adjust you. Hopefully. I think this is going to go the wrong way. Who knows? Maybe it's fine. It'll do. But hello, how are you? I started writing earlier with Shannon and Jenna, I think. I was also on Lurking in Morgan's, and I forgot to check where my word count was when I started, before I started. So I don't know how much I have already written today. And I've been popping around in, I've been working in Word rather than Scrivener, so I don't have like the history for the session. I did an oops. So let's just, we'll start from right here, but I know I have several hundred words that I have updated, but I don't quite know how much, and it's been sort of like sporadically as I read over portions. I added some things, took away some things, added some, mostly adding. But I don't know where I started. I did an oopsie when I was tracking. But hey, I'll at least be able to look at the page count, I think. I can at least get an estimate of that anyway. The difference there. So, and from there I can kind of make an estimate, I guess, about the word count, supposedly. Anyway, I spent some money this morning. I went on to notebooktherapy.com, and they have some very pretty washi tape and some very cool, cute stencils for bullet journaling. And so I bought far too many, but they will soon be added to my collection. I didn't need them, but I bought them anyway. So yes, so I have splurged. I also did manage to get Devin's timers up. And so Devin now has 2 timers, a 75-minute timer and a 75-second timer. Both of them have Devin cutting timer as a tag. So you can find Devin's timers. They're also here on this channel because I made them, and like I don't have permission to upload them to Devin's channel, so you know. Jenna says, I'm trying to avoid buying a word count sticker set for your monthly calendar and loving Devin cutting timers. Yay! Trying to use them later for personal needs. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So Devin has the 75-minute one, which is the one that I initially made. Let me share what it looks like. If you haven't already seen it, I'm sure some of you have. The 75-minute one looks like this. The thumbnail says 75 minutes, but when you do the timer, it automatically rolls over to 1 hour 15. So, you know, Devin finally has caught his fish, finally has a 75-minute timer. So there is the timer. And then as a bonus, let's see if I can, here we go. Yes, as a bonus, the 75-second one, and I figured this one with the neck sort of all scrunched in, the shorter version of the gray heron would be perfect for the shorter 75-second timer. So those are the 2 timers for Devin. So I will not be able to do a 75-minute sprint. I just like I can't do that at the moment. Like when I'm on the screen, I can't focus for that long because I'm constantly having to like check like signal strength, comments, things like that. So I get very much very distracted. Yeah. So I apologies, Devin. I don't think I could do the 75-minute in the entirety. We might could use the image and part of the timer, but yeah. So, but please feel free to use them either in your own live streams or for as we were mentioning earlier, for personal means when we are writing, you know, fun times. So yes. So I've managed to do what I promised and successfully uploaded Devin's timers. And I have been writing. So that's good. It's all good things. And today we also have another bird for our spirit. Yesterday, I got another predator. So we had 3 birds in a row. Then we had the panther. Then I had the wolf. But he has like wings for sort of like under his eyes. Are you gonna focus? Probably not. Either way. So the wolf was yesterday. And then today we have another bird. Today we have the parrot. So we can talk about the parrot in a minute, but the main message is watch your words, which if he means word counts, I'm sorry, I've already failed that lesson once today. So, but otherwise, there is another message for it. So we'll read about that in a second. So Jenna says, sending a hug to the like button. Hello, all. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. And Devin said, howdy. Kai says, hey, I wanted to hang out, but taking it easy today. Excellent. Good. Also, you started to watch Moon Knight. You're in love and so happy with what they've done with him so far. Excellent. Good. Cyanide is here. Hello. How are you? Jenna says, hi, all. Monique says, hello, y'all. And Sarah says, hello. And Monique says, I'm loving Moon Knight as well. Good. I love how I'm usually not the first one to watch a show. So I love when other people sort of like jump on it before me and they're like, oh yeah, it's definitely worth watching. I'm like, okay, good. So then I feel a little bit more ready to go in. Why are you so kind of bouncy today? We'll see. All right, Monique says, currently finishing up some tapioca that you're making as a very late snack. Ooh. You know, I really love tapioca pudding. It is very delicious. That was one of my, we would always get the pudding for our lunches. And Mom would occasionally make it from scratch. It was so much better from scratch, of course, but tapioca was one of my favorites. Kai says he's my second favorite superhero after Spider-Man. It's so great that he's finally getting a show and that they've done a good job with it. Yes, we love when they do it right. Stacy says, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Charlie says, hey, hello, happy Friday. Monique says, I know nothing about the OG comics, but it is reminding me a lot of anime. There's probably some definite modern anime influence in a lot of directors, younger directors, I would say. And yes, notebooktherapy.com. I bought far too many. I had to talk myself back out of a couple of the washi sets. But yes, I will be very happy. And hopefully I will remember to do an unboxing haul or just show them off on camera. I don't know. We'll do something. Jenna says, I'm trying to avoid, this was earlier. Yes, I managed to catch that out of my side eye. Megan says, hello, you're working on finding a job today. You're trying desperately to get someone to hire you on Fiverr. Yeah, it's, from what I understand, it is very difficult to get started freelancing and to build enough to be like full-time generating enough income to matter. So, yeah. Cool Gamer says hello. Monique says, I need some writing help. All right. What do you need help with? The chat is usually willing to chat and help. Claude is here. Hello. How are you? And Monique says, I want to describe your crime boss villain who's based on Jabba the Hutt, but you don't want to use any kind of fat-phobic language. That's going to be kind of difficult in some ways. You may want to focus more on highlighting his personality rather than physical appearance would be what I would suggest. Stacy says, you found the timers and the second one made you giggle. Yay. And Kai says to Megan, I hope you get some clients. You've been on there for months and you've only had a couple. It's hard to get seen amongst everyone on there and you suck at marketing yourself. Yeah. CB says, hello, and waves. Hello. I recognized it as a gray heron because we have paintings and prints of herons and egrets in our house that are from my grandparents and my parents. So both of my parents are from Florida. And so we have a lot of sort of like, I hesitate to call it like swamp life, swamp decor, but they are centered around things that you might find in the swamp or the marshes. So maybe it counts. I don't know. We also have a whole lot of like camping stuff, and Mom loves moose and bears, and so we have a lot of like outdoor campy life stuff. I think Mom was never into like the camo because the camo and like deer hunting stuff was for her dad and her brothers. My dad was more into fishing. So we have like birds as our main sort of like decorative animal. I guess that was their compromise, but we have we have two main ones that are, we have a gray heron and we have a great white egret. So as our, like, I don't know what you call them, sort of like for your statement pieces or something like that. I don't know. Megan says your problem is you only have one review on your account, so you're probably going to have to find people in the real world to hire you on there. Gotcha. Although marketing is your skill set. If you do need assistance, Megan can give you the know-how. Yes. Yes, yes. And when I am finally able to be at that point, I will definitely be picking Megan's brain. So Cyanide says, today this live will be dedicated to my housework. I planned to do them before, but one of your neighbors' satellite dishes decided to crash onto your balcony. Oh my. So your priorities have been changed a bit. Yes, that's understandable. Very understandable. Kai says to Megan, I will check it out during the self-promo sprint. Yay. It was actually in the inverse position. Yes. So that was the main message for yesterday was turn knowledge into wisdom and sort of like giving you that, have you been doing this sort of check. And B.A. Pascar is here. Hey, y'all. Hello. Yes, indeed. More birds, more pollies, more parrots. Imagine how much waddling Maggie and I could do if there was. We are not going to be using the full 75 minutes. I'm just going to make you aware. Tapioca is finally done. Yay! Excellent. And you might make onion soup later. You just did a 72-minute on Kate's Twitch channel. Nice. And welcome, Rose. And Cyanide. Kai says, I hope you and your balcony are okay. Yes. And hopefully none of your things were destroyed in the gravity satellite dish conflict. CB says your favorite superhero is Iron Man. Nice. Okay, Okay, so the Filipino type of tapioca, pronounced sago, has a vanilla extract and sugar, and you eat it with a spoon. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Sarah says you were excited for Moon Knight, but you were too heartbroken over Gaspard's death. Is that a spoiler? Sorry if it is. Kai says an unboxing haul of washi would be awesome. Yes, I will. I will do my best to try and remember to do so. Although the email I got said that they might be sending it in multiple packages rather than one. I'm like, just send it in one, please. Megan says starting is definitely the hardest part. Yes, it snowballs once you have some experience on your belt. Yes, and people do tend to be wary of those who don't have too many reviews yet. And so, yeah, once you get more reviews, it will hopefully be better and better as it goes. Sunday says, I'm okay, thanks. More fear than harm. Sarah says, what kind of job? And Megan is doing copywriting work and mainly focusing on sales copy. So improving the language for your marketing, like if you have Instagram posts or if you are doing descriptions of your products that you're selling or things like that. You should check out Megan's channel. She has a video about the 5 C's of copywriting and her gigs. So, yes. Someone from Discord suggested you use Kingpin as a reference. Yes, he is kind of rotund, yes. Sarah says, ooh, cool. I would try, you would say, try the literary/film agency you queried your book to, but I don't know if that is related or if they are looking. Oh. Gaspard is one of the actors died in a skiing accident recently at 37, brain injury. Oh, did not know that. All right. Okay, well, that is very sad. Stacy says it started raining again. Oh no. But hopefully that will at least knock some of the pollen out, right? Stevie says you're not allowed to buy any more stationery until you're in the US in September. Yeah, you're very good at sticking to your budget in terms of that. I have been less good at sticking to my budgets. So, oh well. All right. We are going to start with, we can't start yet because I have not done the parrot. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. Brain. All right. So we have the parrot, and the parrot is in the correct positioning today, the upright positioning. So, parrot spirit, watch your words. What are you saying to yourself? What messages are you repeating? Is it something that makes you feel good about yourself and reminds you of your strengths and your potential? Parrots mimic the sounds around them, and when the parrot appears, it's time to be more mindful of your self-talk and its qualities. What do you say to others? Are you repeating what you truly believe? Remember to speak with light and love so it can become a habit. Be generous with compliments and thanks, affirming all is good so that your loving, healing words will be heard throughout the jungle, cutting through the noise and inspiring others. Listen for the words that remind you of all the strength, abundance, and joy in your life and in the world around you, and then repeat them, affirming what is real, true, and nurturing to your soul. The universe will reflect back to you the story that you tell. Words matter, so choose ones that lift you up and inspire others to remember that beauty surrounds us. That is a very good call. And I always, always am in need of a little self-check of like, how are you speaking to yourself? Because I do have that tendency to sort of overly self-critique when I do something wrong or can't figure something out. So the parrot is regular because he was upright. So that is the main message. So yes, he's very cool. Yeah, the chat is zipping. Same thing happened to Natasha Richardson, Liam Neeson's wife, when she was 45. CB has a serious stationary addiction. Me too. Me too. You tell people your stationary addiction was required by becoming a teacher. Yes, I have never owned quite as many pens as I did once I started having the excuse of grading in different colors. Especially, so here's the other thing. When I started my internship teaching, all of my mentor teachers had the flare pens in many, many colors. And I just straight up asked, I was like, I thought we always were supposed to like mark things in red. Is that no longer? Because when I was growing up, all of my teachers graded in red or blue, but like always red or blue, one or the other. And they're like, oh, no, we don't like to use red anymore because it increases the student's anxiety. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, that kind of makes sense, but also like, that seems kind of odd in some ways. And so my younger mentor teacher was like, and it's a way to get you to buy more pens. I'm like, oh, see, this makes sense. This makes 100% sense to me. So yeah, that was what made my pen addiction worse. So CB says, I wish I was employable so you could be a teacher and help kids like you reach their full potential. I think you would be great at it. Yes, he was regular. Forget rain, it's hailing. What? Oh, goodness. Stay inside. Stay safe. You learn a lot from CB. We do. We all learn a lot from each other, which is great. Jenna says, I'm a decade into teaching. It's not all rainbows. Amen to that. Monique says, gotcha. Your best friend from school is a teacher. Yep. Monique says, I hate being hangry. You're so relieved this tapioca is done because you feel very satisfied as you're eating it right now. Good. You spend your day playing counselor. Yep. Time manager. Yep. Tech support. Mm-hmm. And so on, rather than actually doing what you love, which is teaching people to love writing and reading as the escapes and modes of safe expression they are. Yes. Yeah, you avoid grading that for that reason as well. You had a teacher who only wrote in green. I know one that only writes in purple shades. Yep. So be safe, Stacy. Yes. All the teachers graded in green or red. You're planning to be a teacher this year. Good luck. It can be a lot. It can be an extreme amount of stress. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Make sure that you develop real connections with your team teachers. That way you can have that support system. If possible, make sure that you have a chat with some teachers about what the admin is like in the school before you fully step in. Or if that's not possible, at least have a chat about what the admin is like, so you know what you're getting into. Stacy says, thanks, it already stopped hailing. Yay, it's back to rain. Okay, good. As long as it's not hailing when your kids get off the bus, you'll be fine. Yeah. Make sure your support group at home also knows when to tell you to take a break. Yes. Yeah, that's important as well. Alrighty, let's do this. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to start with a 20-minute. We're slowly increasing that time. Make sure that, yep. Okay, good. Alrighty. Hello, Nikki, just in time. All right, so 1, save your document if you've already been working this morning. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with and go ahead and take a sip. 3, make sure you straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, to get that hydration, to get your blood flowing, to fetch those fancy colored pens or washi tape, one of the many, many things we have in our stationary collections, do that. All right, here we go. 20 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. how'd we do? I managed to print out what I had been working on after I added a little bit more, decided it was done, or at least as done as it was going to get, because at some point I'm going to have to, like, just leave it to be. And so I am putting said stuff in my journal so that I can come back to it later. So I have been reverting back to my childhood and cutting and pasting, literally. Because there was no way that I was going to be able to fit what I wanted to say with my handwriting and make it legible. So I had typed it up and adjusted the spacing and sizing so that I could actually, like, fit it in the pages. So, all right. This is some stuff for the next 3 to 6 months that I have been working on over the last week and a half, something like that. So I have finally sort of, like, finished my to-do list of things that I would like to do, the action steps, the whys, all of that. And so I am finally pasting it in. However, silly old me, I was like, why are there black marks over my hand? I haven't touched my ink pen since the last time I washed my hands. I was like, is it from the scissors? And then I was, like, smoothing out the sheet of newly printed paper. And I was like, oh, wait. It's the ink from the printer. So that also says something about how quickly I do and don't expect my hands to get ink on them from ink pens, which is literally, like, the second I pick them up. So, but how did we do? Did we get, let me put the cap over the Elmer's glue again, school child in me. Alrighty, let's scroll. Becca arrived. Hello. And so I mentioned that we pulled the parrot, and Becca was laughing because we're back to the birds again. Yes. Sarah wanted to know if JL was querying or self-publishing, because JL popped in and said that we're putting the final touches on the book. Can't wait to see it all wrapped up. Yes, indeed. Monique is feeling better after having your snack. Excellent. Jenna is hoping for the best for JL. Jenna also needs to grab a bite for yourself. You cannot shake the morning grogginess today. The grog has been real over the past half a month because the pollen interferes with my sense of grog. So I can't tell what's actual grog and what's just pollen. So I just assume it's all grog and, like, try and counteract that with copious amounts of caffeine. Monique says, I'm currently trying to figure out a nickname for your smuggler character. Ooh, anything that sounds like a roguish character. So if you have a particular rogue or thief character that you love in literature or film, you could use that name as an homage. That would be what I would suggest. He's a minor character who's only in the book for a chapter. Some of your Discord friends suggested giving him a nickname. Is the nickname going to be a derivative of of his real name. Nickname sounds better and more mysterious for a smuggler, especially as they would probably want to keep their identity a secret. True. True. Kai asks, does he have any defining features? Monique says, I'm describing him as being Chinese. So right now you're calling him Tiger. He was also partially inspired by Davos Seaworth. Currently watching this funny video by Gabriel Iglesias about the 6 levels of fatness. I love Gabriel Iglesias. He's funny. Claude loves Sir Davos. Sandwich has been obtained for Jenna. 275 words for Kai. Nice. Becca says, got through the first few pages of edits. Excellent. Good. Still working on Hexfair today. Jenna says, brainstorming and outlining check for book 4 while putzing around with other things. Excellent. Cyanide, half of my housework is done. Nice. That's excellent for 20 minutes. It's great. Nix is here and got 215 words. Excellent. Megan took a shower. Now you smell lovely. You're wearing a dress again today because it's 87 degrees and not even noon yet. Yeah. I pulled out some of my capri length shorts and skirts and things like that because the weather, it does be changing, and it definitely gets hotter and hotter and hotter because that's how weather works. BA says, worked on the backstory for one of your characters. Yay. Excellent. Stacy got work done, or at least started. Yay. Laura is here. Hello. You are also clean. You washed and brushed your crazy hair and everything this lunch break. Excellent. We love having clean writers. Well, the story doesn't necessarily have to be clean. Heather says, hello, I've been cleaning and decluttering your desk and all its environs. Lots of cleaning going on today, y'all. I did manage to sweep the house before I started the stream. So yeah, it's a cleaning day apparently. So there's your inspiration and your motivation. Everybody else is cleaning. You should be cleaning too. Peer pressure into cleaning. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Jenna says, thank you, Jenna, says JL. There we go. Claude says, doing a much needed spring cleaning of your outline. There you go. CV got 589 words. Nice. Jo says, Sarah, self-published for sure. Although I would love to have a traditionally published book, you really want to keep all the rights to your work considering how much time you have put in. Gotcha. You did work really hard that sprint. That was amazing. You're welcome. And Heather says, after doing some Etsy shop/art stuff, including photos of the unicorn card that you posted about on your Instagram last week. Excellent. Love more photos. CB has a quote for us. What kind of selfish, heartless person gets herself into trouble and then expects her best friend, who's just found out she's infertile, to deliver the child she didn't know she was expecting? Okay. Yes. CB says, I'm keeping some things comic canon and some things movie canon. There we go. Yes. Becca says, yes, you're hoping you can finish draft 4 of Hexpear by the end of the month. Mostly minor changes, but you are killing off a character at the end that previously made it through. Well, they did not make the final cut. There's got to be some sort of reality show that says something about a final cut. I just don't know which one it is because they're all so similar. Heather says, I will be showering myself after this upcoming sprint. So Laura and Megan and Heather will join you in the clean squad. Mom Maggie is here. Hello. How are you? And Charlie says, I made a picture for a post that you're working on. Oh, nice. We love when you get artsy. All the creative outlets. Megan says, the internet is finally letting me on YouTube. Hooray! Hooray! JL says hello to Mama Maggie. And Kai says to Mama Maggie, I've had so much trouble with that recently as well. Yes. Mama Maggie has reached your chapter goal for the day, 2,700 words since 5:45 a.m. You go. That is amazing. Good job. Heather says, or whenever I post these photo cards. Card photos, actually, it was before your anniversary trip, so oops. Gotcha. Stevie says, if I remember rightly from what I've read about Maria Carbonell, who later becomes Maria Stark, she's infertile in the comics because Tony is adopted. Oh. Did not know that. You learned some more stuff. Maggie says, it's amazing how many words I can get when I'm not distracted by social media. Ain't that the truth? Maggie says hello to JL. Heather says hello to Maggie. Jenna says well done to Mama Maggie. CB says in the films she's not, I don't think. In the comics, Tony is a twin. In the films, he's only a child. He's an only child. Becca says the more I thought about it, the more I knew they were right. Yes. Maggie says to Jenna, hi, sorry I missed the stream this morning. And also hello to Heather. And CB says I might also join in the washing and cleaning. Excellent. All the clean. All right, let's go to another sprint. And we will go to one of our lovely, now clean writers, Lovers. So we have a 25-minute daffodil timer for Laura. And we need to do our self-promo sprint. So if you have something you would like to promote, your YouTube channel, your Amazon author page, your Twitch channel, your Etsy store, your website, your blog, your Shopify, whatever it is, as long as you get bonus points for making it writing adjacent. So yay. Don't forget to promote. And if you do not have the blue wrench of power, you will need to get around the automated filtering by spelling out the dot in .com. Or you can ask one of our lovely moderators to help you out by posting a link. And other than that, don't forget to save. Don't forget to have a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. Straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break for refilling the water glass, for getting your blood flowing, for getting a snack, whatever it is, you make sure you are taking care of yourself as we are writing. Here we go, 25-minute Pomodoro sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. That was sprint number 2. Feels like we have chatted quite a bit, so I might just try and kind of blaze through these so that we can do another sprint. Yeah. So that's sort of the plan. I did get a little bit done. I started thinking about next week because next week I'm going to be doing a little traveling to Florida towards the end of the week. So my my sprints will be sort of messed up. So I'm not going to be able to stream on Friday or Sunday of this coming week. So yeah, just sort of heads up. I will remind everybody on Sunday, but yeah. So getting some things done. Finished 3 tasks. I've kept my document that I was working in up so that I can go back at the end of the day and estimate word count from essentially what I was doing before the stream. So yeah. All right. Okay. So let me do progresses before I do promos. All right. So Nikki ate lunch and hung out with family for a little bit during sprints. Nick's got 430 words and getting a coffee. Nice. Jenna said Stream Hoppers United and Stream Frogs United during lunch and fixing some of the continuity issues at the end of book 3 caused in book 4 and 5. Yes. CB has joined the clean squad. Cyanide got 1 more task completed. Excellent. CB got 131 words before that. Excellent. Monique says, question, would you laugh at someone who is wearing a bedazzled fedora hat, even if they were big and bulky? I think okay, sorry. You said fedora. I was thinking fez in my brain, and then I was wanting to make a Doctor Who reference. I don't know that I've ever seen somebody bedazzle a fedora. If you go more of like cowgirl hat, I can see bedazzling. I don't know about fedora. But anyway, yes. Okay. JL says, felt a little emotional writing the dedications at the end of the book. Guess it's starting to feel real, like really real. Yes, indeed. Maggie says, depends on why they were wearing the fedora, the bedazzled fedora. All right. Okay. I think that was... Stacy says, I wouldn't laugh because it was bedazzled, but I might on the whole image. The fedora is meant to add an extra level of sleaze. I think rather than fedora, you might go with an excess of hair oils or like hair pomade. Yeah. Alrighty, let's do the self promos, and I'm just kind of gonna try and turn through these so that we can get to the next sprint. So forgive me if I don't spend a whole lot of time on them. All right, so Jenna says, I have an author interview with Genevieve Scholl going off on your channel today at... Tell us what time, please. And you have 2 sprints going on tomorrow. Another update for the authortube writing conference is also in the works as well. Excellent. Megan says, my latest video talks about the 5 C's of copywriting. I mentioned it earlier. And it also talks about some of Megan's Fiverr gigs. Yes, and there's the link for that. Excellent. B.A. Pascar has a new Nano project webpage, and there it is. And Heather says, my aforementioned Etsy shop where you can get good greeting cards and art for writers and lover of fantasies and sci-fi. There's the Etsy shop link. B.A. Pascar says, here's my latest YouTube video. Exciting. Laura says, the newest episode of my podcast is out. 12 literary devices, anthropomorphism, and other spooky techniques. Yes, if you want to know what that word means and how you can use it, definitely listen to Laura's podcast. Megan says, I will write sales copy starting at $15 for 150 words. That's good for most descriptions and social media posts. And there is the link where you can find the Fiverr gig. And CB says, if I remember rightly, Tony's twin is evil. I mean, that's kind of what twins, you have usually, one evil twin or both are evil. I mean, you never know. Megan says, already have sales copy, but need to make it more effective. Hire me to critique your sales copy. And there's the link for that job. And Mama Maggie says, here is Jenna, the Soul Writers YouTube channel. Here is CB's. Here is Becca's. Here is Heather's. Here is Kai's. And Heather says, I'm a freelance editor specializing in line editing, copy editing, and proofreading for independent authors. You offer free samples. Let's see if we're a good fit. And here's the link for that. Also, y'all, if you are encountering a name that is relatively new to you, make sure you check and see if you are subscribed to that person and grow your following, grow your fellow followed friends. I was trying to think of another F, but there you go. Here is Charlie's YouTube channel. Monique says, tell me what you think of my description of the crime boss named Heinrich. Mom Maggie says, here's Claude's YouTube channel. And here we have the excerpt. Heinrich sat on a large chair, one that resembled a throne. My skin crawled at the sight of him in his fancy 3-piece suit. He puffed up his large chest and straightened his wide shoulders and tapped the floor with his cane. So far, I like it. Mom Maggie says, here's Stacy's channel. Here is Monique's channel. Here is Laura's channel. Here's B.A. Pascar's YouTube channel. And Heather says, here is your live stream for the coming Sunday at noon Eastern. It should be 2 hours before I normally start. Jenna says, thank you to Mama Maggie. Doing your first insomnia sprint tomorrow night. Ooh, exciting. And here's the so helpful Devin's YouTube channel as well. Here is Jenna's morning sprints and Jenna's insomnia sprints. Heather says, on Sunday, I will be talking about your Etsy shop, your shiny new idea, which is taking up space in your brain, except that you had a bit of an epiphany earlier today about your outline. Ooh, nice. And Mom Maggie says, here is my Inkit page. So there's Maggie's Inkit. And here's Stone Skin, the Camp Nano project on Inkit. And Mom Maggie was checking to see if anybody else needed a link. And here we are back to our bedazzled fedora. Okay. I blazed through that. So. All right. CB mentioned a lot of heavy gold chains would be something to consider adding if the character is sleazy. That is true. He holds a cane with a diamond at the top. You might also want to go with those fancy, like, pinky rings. You might want to describe his eyes. Got distracted that sprint. We typically do. Described him as being bemused, smug, and arrogant. Bemused doesn't necessarily go with these other two in the context. Yes, I am 5 subs away from 500. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, JL says, thank you, Mama Maggie. We appreciate it. Using a fedora with exceptional decorations might be an interesting way to play up this character and do something different instead of having the stock character who looks like every other gangster. That is also true. Nikki says, here's my YouTube channel. Thanks for getting Nikki to 131 subs. Nice. And Jenna says, thanks for all we do. And all the mods do. Yes, indeed. Indeed, indeed. The mods are great. I'm so glad that I shared wrench power with other people. It's fantastic. All right, let's do this. Want to make sure that we at least get 3 sprints in. So here we go. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to sip. Cheers. Don't forget to straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we finished that sprint just in time. It is now the 3 o'clock hour. I have finished another task. I think I've finished. I've relatively finished. I might have to do a couple of like finishing touch type things. But yeah, I feel like it was a good combo writing and planning day. Not necessarily as writing heavy as I would like a Friday to be, but also Fridays are kind of one or the other generally. So I don't know if y'all feel the same way or not, but yeah, it's kind of how I feel, at least today. Maybe other Fridays are different, but either way, I have at least gotten started on some things for next week as well. Sort of set out to-dos for myself for each day in preparation for traveling, and sort of like some things that I need to go make sure I have on hand before we travel, things like that. So just regular travel to-do lists, I guess. So especially when you still have family who's staying here, you got to make sure they've got the stuff they need as well as the stuff you need to travel, and travel worthy snacks, things like that. So yeah, but I've got some of next week's planner decorating stuff done, so I can begin to fill that out a little bit easier, and I'll probably do most of that on Saturday, so tomorrow, like making my packing list and things like that. So of course, you know, when you're doing a road trip to family, and there's not exactly a hard end date, it's a little hard to know how many sets of things to pack. So there's that. But yeah. All right, how'd we do? How'd we do on the last sprint and or the whole stream? Let's see, where were we? All right, so Kate dropped in, said, drowning in work stuff, but stopping by to leave a like. Hopefully you don't actually drown in work stuff. Monique says, I think I'll just have him wear a fedora with a brightly colored band and a peacock feather sticking out of it. About 100 words or so to go. Nice. Nikki is writing a ghost story for your Camp Nano project. Ooh, spooky. Random, you just forgot what you were just going to say earlier. That happens to me all the time. You're outlining and you did some research. Excellent. Monique is up to chapter 6 now. Excellent. Yay. Nikki agrees. Awesome job. Monique says, I'm going to spend the last sprint doing a bit of dream sequences. Nice. Laura said, I read more of the book 100 by Laura Beasley. Not sure. Jenna fixed 3 errors in the continuity for the outlines of book 4 and 5 and created 2 more errors. Oh no. And Sinai got all the housework done. Excellent job. Wonderful. CB got 339 words that time. Excellent. Becca says, yay, that was a good one. Yay, I'm so glad. You planned on editing 25 pages today and you hit 26. Yes. Excellent. Exceeding the goals. Nick says, this is the best line I've ever written. I might as well stop writing because nothing will ever be better than this. Sure it will. The smile reached like a backwards waterfall up to my eyes. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Is the character crying? So they're crying while smiling? Ooh, that is an interesting. I like that line. Kai says 920 words for this stream. Excellent. Pretty good considering you weren't planning on writing much. Indeed, that's very good. You're welcome. Nick says also I reached 1,213 for the sprint, which is 1213. Fantastic number. Love it. CB says I'm at 22,561 in total for camp. Already busting out those wonderful numbers, CB. Holy cow. Yes. That is definitely amazing, CB. Yes. I know. Road trip down to Florida. Yeah. Good old, it used to be 6 hours where we used to live. Now, because of like the way that the roads travel, it's more like close to 8 hours. If you're driving the speed limit, which we tend to do, not gonna lie, which is why it feels like an eternity. Stacy says, I'm on track to finish this branch's organization before your kids get home. Nice. Excellent. Heather showered and read a bit in a book about copy editing. Yay. For Millwordy, you're already at 703,000. Sorry. Wow. 703,313. That's amazing. Maggie has an excerpt. You look like a statue of Venus I saw in Paris when I was a child, he grinned. Angel smiled sadly at himself in the mirror. That statue is my mother's sister. Oh. Misunderstanding that she meant the statue was a petrified Kruger corpse, he responded, she was a beautiful model. Ah, okay. Heather says, we're in Florida. I'm headed to the Jacksonville area. We've got family in that area, and there's a baby shower, and yeah, it'll be a fun time. I'm determined, though. I've already told my mom, I'm like, I would like to go to the beach to find some shells this time, because a lot of times when we go, we don't bother to go to the beach because we're doing family stuff. And I'm like, I would like to go to the beach this time. So hopefully we'll get to go. But yes. Alrighty. That is going to be it for me. Don't forget to save, y'all. Hit the save button. And make sure that let me see, copy and paste the playlist from Devin. And please do feel free to use Devin's new timers, 75 minutes or 75 seconds, whichever you use is up to you. Have fun with them, and I will see y'all in the chats, and I will see y'all in the streams. Bye, y'all.